Welcome back to our Pathfinder Kingmaker series. Last episode, it got away from me. I didn't mean it to be that long. I don't really time myself. I just go by feeling. So hopefully this one won't be as long as the last one. All right, let's check up on the kingdom real quick. Yep, +1 relations. Wow. General request success, +1 military. Harem. And I got a bunch of stuff. 8 projects just popped. Oh my god. Do you see all these that I have to do? Are you kidding me? I've got 532 BP. Trade agreement with Raspberry. Hey, that only costs 15 and takes 15 days. Increase economy and relations by +5 and provides +4 BP a week. That is worth doing. Still got the per voice subsidy. Without it, I'll just be making 15. Improved diplomacy, +3 BP each time the Grand Diplomat successfully resolves a situation. I like it. Agreement with Gulp, 430 days. Speculation allows cunning and experience to turn a profit even during times of strife. Brings it up to 2 BP per week at times of unrest. The worse the unrest, the more BP. Okay. Gralton. By abolishing all trade tariffs on imported goods from Gralton, we will forego all immediate profits. However, this will provide a solid foundation for stable long-term growth, +5 to economy. My economy's already through the roof. Support the Grand Diplomat. Order training camps, 125. Military camps at the border allow for immediate solutions to military problems. Provides the general a +2 bonus when resolving problems, 125 BP. +1 morale bonus to attack and damage rolls while fighting within claimed regions. Oh, yeah. Support the general. I need to do this, but that's 1500 BP. Trade agreement with Patax. 500 BP. 30 days. I still got to do these researches. Ugh. And now I have a new advisor slot. Who could go in? I thought so. Let's put a Kundayo in. That's my warden. Right. I wanted Keston as my warden. Oh, wait. I forgot to actually do something. There's rank up. Look at these. There's 4 or 5 rank up events. gonna do this one for taking my BP. Other defenders of the land and divine protection. I still need to do this. Jod. That's too good. This is good too, but oh my god. Events, projects. Wasn't there something else I could do? Something that was quick. Grand Diplomat is busy. I could have Jubilos do this one. Ooh, just burning BP. Oh, I could have used that. It's 200 BP. Doubles movement speed on mountains. I'm gonna keep the BP for now. You never know what's gonna come up. You never know. Alright. Lander's back in 7. Lindsay's back in 2. Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna just bail. Oh no, I can't. I gotta go turn in these rock eggs. That's right. So turn that off. And we'll go head to the tavern.
Let us be careful.
Hello, Elena. I have your rock egg. Welcome, Your Grace. I have that rock's egg. Elena throws up her hands. You've no idea how thankful I am, Your Grace. All my life I've dreamed of cooking one of these eggs, and the timing couldn't be better. 5,100 gold, that's not bad. 6 eggs, 4 owlbear eggs, some soft cheese. During the celebration in the forest, you kept staring at a coon, giving him a certain look. After a brief moment of confusion, Elena answers easily, Of course I did. The coon's a handsome man, and he's hardworking. He's got no bad habits. He's got friends in high places, and his gaze is so mysterious. And he's so quiet. If you could only imagine, Your Grace. Tell me about yourself. I'd be happy to, Your Grace. I love to talk, especially about myself. Where are you from? What land? Which family? I hail from the River Kingdoms. Artun, to be precise. I'm from a farming family, like just about everybody from around here. There's more fertile land and pasture there than anywhere in the River Kingdoms, except for maybe 7 Arches. Folks who grow crops and tend cattle are well respected there, but at the same time, they live in constant danger. There's too many bad people, too lazy to work all day, but don't mind taking other people's things. Why did you decide to become an innkeeper? I was bored. Please don't get me wrong, I was fine at Father's farm, and I've got nothing but respect for farmers' work. But in our back country, you could go half a year without seeing one new face. No news, nothing happening. I've dreamed of working at an inn since I was a child. That's the kind of place where there's always lots of guests and stories. Tell me about the River Kingdoms. A month wouldn't be long enough to tell it all, Your Grace. Each kingdom is a special place all its own. Elves live in one of them, another one half of the country belongs to the Murderers Guild, and the other half gives them their orders. They say they even get locals discounts. Yeah, there's just one thing that unites us all, like a strong thread keeps a quilt together. It's the Six River Freedoms. The Six River Freedoms? Yes, the first freedom. Say what you will, I live free. Doesn't mean you won't get beaten up for what you say, though. The second freedom, well, if you can call it a freedom, oath breakers die. Those who break oaths get killed just like that, so people prefer not making any oaths at all. The third freedom, walk any road, float any river. Once the ruler of Hybard decided to build a gate across the river and collect a fee from each passing boat. Well, there's no more Haybar. The fourth freedom is even worse than the second one. Courts are for kings. Whatever a king says goes. Well, as long as he doesn't say to build a gate across a river. Now for the fifth. Slavery is an abomination. Nothing to explain there. Runaway slaves from all over come to us for a reason. And the sixth, you have what you hold. It means that theft is a much worse crime than robbery. If you catch my drift, you can honestly beat a robber and keep what's yours, but a thief acts on the quiet. Shame on him. That's just disrespectful. Thank you, Alina. We will discuss it another time. I'm talking too much, Your Grace. I should go. Come back soon, Your Grace. No one can treat you better than me. All right. Got some cash of the cold, hard variety. Oh, yeah, I gotta sell this junk. Let's head to the main square real quick. Oh, yeah, I gotta have Illy memorize that scroll, too. Well, not memorize. Scribe is the word I'm looking for. Come on, Alana. All this money. Tessie the Quill is still here. Let's see what you have. Offer. Right. Dagger plus ones. Look at that money go up. Plus one great sword. Plus two scimitar. Oh, I should see if um what's his face? Cleric boy can use it. I should see if I have any spare room for these necklaces. And I'm keeping that mace just because I like it. I don't think any ingredients got thrown in here accidentally. Nope. 10.5k. I'll take it. And since I just spent a lot, how much is. Let's get 200 BP back. Okay, I'm at 15k. Got an extra 200 BP. Ooh. Okay, Illy. That spell. Do you have this one? Nope. Copy the spell book. And the other one was, oh, I forgot what it was called. I forgot what it was called. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm not seeing anything. God dang it, I forgot what it was called. Now I gotta go through each and every one. Well, it's a single spell, so there it is. What was it called? Scroll of Horrid Wilting. Copy spellbook. Um, let's check people's necklaces. Valerie, natural armor 2, natural armor 1, 1, none. There you go. Reem, none. There you go. What's your name? Tristian. You have a keen +1 scimitar. Keen is pretty good. But you're a cleric. You're not going to be. You're a cleric. You're not going to be fighting anyways. Keen is pretty good. I'll keep you with the keen one. Just because it's easier for you to actually do some damage. Because it has a higher threat range. The Skull Crusher Mace. That's a +3. And Avril's got Maze of Woe. 2 dice 6. Does more damage. Grants freedom of movement, so she can't be slowed. Alright. I will sell this scimitar. And I will put the mace in my chest o' stuff.
The path is clear.
Alright. Save.
Tread
We
lightly.
are going to head out. Mighty Fists. We are going to leave. You guys have served your purpose. I need my fighter and my wizard. Sana, get in your proper spot. Ellie, in your proper spot. Quick save it. Oh, I can check Ileana's spell book right now. Did she get more spell slots? Yeah, she did. I should give her a defensive spell. I should. And yes. Let's see. Do I get another chain lightning? Oh, Sirocco. I've been wanting to use this spell too. It sounds really cool. Can knock people prone. Yeah. Yeah, baby. All right. We are going to go over here. Wait a minute. Was there a cleft in this area? Because this still has the thing over here. I'll go over there really quick. Little Sullen River narrows here as it passes through the gully between two rocky hillsides, following around an oblong island thick with reeds, nettles, and blackberries. Cave in the mountainside, this surrounding area is strange and quiet, as though the typical wildlife has vanished without a trace. Heck, maybe he's down here somewhere. You know what? I'll worry about that later. I'm gonna check areas over in Dunsword, because I want to get that.
I feel tired.
Out of the way. This is whoever was coming back, right? No. All Lindsay's in one day. A celebrity visit. One of the most famous Mivoni bards is passing through a region in the barony. Such a chance should not be missed. Opportunity. Okay, Warden wants. I'm not gonna be back for a while. Kundayo. +3 to stability. And we have to rest. Get everybody back in their positions. Yeah, hearty meal is fine. After we rest, Lindsay should be back. Let's go to Shadow Gulch. See if that's the area the Spriggans were talking about. Enter. Ooh, it's one of these story ones. While traveling through the hills of Nomen, we noticed something worrisome. Crows circled the sky. That's a cool picture, though. Much as they do upon spying a corpse to feast upon. More ominous yet, clouds of smoke trailed into the sky as well. After noticing that, we stormed over there, rattling our weapons and shouting battle cries. No. Approached carefully, trying not to reveal ourselves. Look at that. Plus 31. She's got it. Stealthed it. Succeeded. Stupid goblins. We soon saw what attracted the crows. A dead horse lay in the ditch, one leg missing and its carcass already picked at by scavengers. Near the horse was what looked to be the corpse of his former rider, a young man clad only in undergarments. The smoke was coming from a bonfire around which goblins were roasting a horse leg. It seemed their hunger was stronger than their fear of these animals. Other goblins were busy rummaging through the clothes of a deceased man and taking whatever choice bits they could find. One goblin was strutting around wearing a beret with a feather. There he is in the picture, too. Another, a velvet jacket, and two other goblins, each wearing a single boot, were in the middle of a tug of war with the dead man's trousers. When we saw this, we rushed into a fight. After noticing us, the little bastards started to flee, leaving behind everything they'd been trying to take from the body of the deceased, including a hefty coin pouch. Alas, in this backwater, a coin proved of little use. Alas, the body laid before us belonged to none other than Toman Hanvaki, a noble from Gralton, the one whose brother begged us to look for him. A letter in his jacket pocket, yellowed with age, confirmed his identity. It was signed Mathian Hanvaki, a relative. All we could do then was take the tragic news to his brother. 1,600 gold and that guy's letter. Well, found him. We've been here. Let's go here. Nope. Let's go down and around.
I tire.
Ah, jeez. At least it's just illy.
Let's head out.
Okay, save it. Gotta find where these Spriggans came from, so I can advance the Varnhold quest. It's a cave.
I'll go ahead.
Let's secure the perimeter first, as is our standard method of operation. Modus operandi.
The path is clear.
Ooh, let me put spells on
I know
Lily's
what to
bar.
do.
She got Blur and Sirocco. Sirocco. Put that here. Running out of bars, Illy. Or running out of what are those things called? Quick key bars, hot key bars, or hot key slot.
I tire.
No. Oh, that's just illy. A warg. That's it.
I will see this through.
Give us a bless, will you? That's all we need. These are just wargs.
Defeat is not an option.
They are barbarian wargs. Give us a chain lightning too. Ooh, yeah. You just love to see that. Heals, please. Chain lightning's too cool.
I tire of waiting.
Alpha Warg from Gunsword Pack. Ooh, what's this? Enchanter's Cape and a +2 punching dagger. That's it. That's it. What do we have here? This cloak's clasp locks by itself and opens by a voice command. This cape grants its wearer a +1 bonus to enchantment school spells DC. That's pretty good. I can give that to Octavia. Of course, this was not what I was looking for. So we move on.
I tire.
Yes. Rest, since you just used one of your spells. Man, they said to the north. The ruins of an ancient settlement long ago ravaged by flood. Despite its sad history, the scenery of this place is surprisingly picturesque. Where was that? There it is. Where am I? Okay. Ruined tower, blood furrows, spider lair. Peculiar place on the outskirts of Dunward, inhabited by giant spiders, dangerous monsters the size of a pony. The locals avoid this place even when in search of lost livestock. If a cow or sheep goes missing and the owner suspects the animal wandered in here, they give it up as a lost cause. The animal is probably caught in the spider's trap, if not already killed and eaten. Burial ground. I don't think it's that. Well, let's just go on a walkabout. Spider lair. What's over here? Arcane. Fight. You can go to the Kelid Barbarian camp. I don't see anything. It's troubling. But it did say fight.
Tread lightly. The path is clear.
It did say fight. Now I'm wondering if something invisible here. Sleep. Blindness. Protection. Protection. Fireball. Freedom of movement. Haste. Heroism. Boom. Mention door. Cure. Battering blast. Huh. Color spray. Dang it. I thought I had a scroll of see invisibility or something. Was it a wand? Stinking, searing, prayer, lightning bolt, haste. Echolocation.
Focus on the goal. I'll go ahead.
Blind sight.
Let's head out.
I hope she's not seeing anything. I know I have the spell, but it's not memorized. Cat's grease. It's not memorized. Where is it? I could do some random dispel magics. Contagion, dimension, curse. Where is it? See invisibility communal. 3rd level spell. Or I could stop and memorize it real quick. I want to know what's here. If I stop and rest, it might attack me. If there's something here. I don't know why it said fight. I don't know.
The The path is clear.
But I'm gonna just check. This is bothering me. I don't know if it messed up or... The clerics have see invisibility. Remove blindness. Doesn't look like it. I'm going to just check. Continue.
Tread lightly. No mistakes.
Let's put your wand of heroism back. And you can cast this.
Be there, Ormos.
Let's see invisibility on. Don't see anything.
Let us be careful.
No. I don't know why it did that. Oh well. Said fight. Dang it. I don't know if that usually happens or if it's just something buggy or what. Let's slow back. See what these barbarians are up to. That's that's a picture. On the low grounds among the hills, some Nemorian barbarians had set up camp. While obviously set up recently as a place to rest, it was thoroughly constructed, along with the state palisade. The Numerians had reinforced their camp with a deep moat. Spotting the body of some unlucky thief at the bottom, it seemed they made a good call. Guarding the entrance was our old acquaintance Nober, the man whose group we met in the hills previously. While his greeting was none too friendly, he did invite us to enter and led us to meet his leader. We were led to a man named Dugoff, a middle-aged Kelid with a gorgeous mane. Once charcoal black, now salt and pepper, as well as bronze skin hardened by sun, wind, and time to the point that it almost looked like oak bark. Speaking with assertive tones, he invited us to dine with the Tiger Lords. That was the name of their tribe, and spend the night in their camp. Any business we might have with the tribe, he said, could be discussed in the morning, once everyone was rested and refreshed. Not wanting to offend the barbarians, who'd proven to be commendably hospitable, we accepted the invitation. Within minutes, we were seated by the bonfire with goblets in our hands. As guests, our goblets were wrought of skillfully decorated silver with intricate carvings depicting scenes of battle. The cupbearer filled everyone's goblets with wine. When Dugoth raised his cup, officially starting the feast, the Baroness stood and proposed a toast of health to the people gathered here. The Numerians listened to the toast in awkward silence, but when the Baroness stopped speaking and drained her goblet, They burst into angry shouting. All of them spilled their wine on the ground. It was apparently a barbarian tradition offering the first cup to the spirits. Only after the cupbearer filled their goblets again did the Numerians start to drink, and so did we. Oh well, I don't know barbarian traditions. The main course, unsurprisingly, was meat. While hunting in the hills, the Numerians had killed a deer and 2 wild boars, all now roasting over an open fire. As the tribe's guests, we were offered the best pieces. Fierce in battle, the Numerians were equally fierce at the table. They frantically tore the meat apart with knives, bare hands, and teeth, as though attacking the throats of their worst enemies rather than eating roast venison. Only one camp inhabitant didn't join the dinner. Far from the festivities, a slim woman wrapped in a gray cloak sat alone, her face hidden behind a piece of cloth. She was so quiet and still, at first I didn't realize she was a living being at all. The Baroness asked the Tiger Lords who she was. Glancing cautiously between Dugoth and the woman, one Numerian explained that the woman was one of the defaced sisters, half priestess, half wizard. While they may travel along with the Numerians, they never ate at the same table. Judging by the tones the barbarians used when speaking of the woman, it was easy to tell that none of them held any warm feelings toward these defaced sisters. After everyone had eaten their fill, it was time for entertainment. The barbarians began singing a drawling song in their guttural language, known as Halit. Later, one of the Numerians explained that it was a ballad about a brother and sister who defeated a huge metal spider. The song that followed was a comedic piece about the adventurers of a stupid werewolf. The Numerians all sang it together. It was clear that each of them knew that one by heart. Most everybody clapped to the rhythm, though some thumped their knife handles on their shields, and one skilled person accompanied the song on a vargan. Once the song was over, Dugoth appealed to his guests, us, to surprise our hosts. The Baroness decided our best choice would be let's go with the tale of how we defeated the Stag Lord. Nova can spin the yarn. Succeeded. Our tale of battle and heroic deeds was just what the barbarians were looking for. They listened eagerly, chimed in on each detail, and laughed and clapped at the most epic moments. Even Dugoth found himself smiling and nodding as he listened to our story. Finally, the drinking and singing came to an end. Only bones remained from the feast, and the bonfire had burned down to ash. Satisfied, the Numerians retired to their tents.
I beg you, I haven't seen my sisters for several days. I'm afraid they may be in trouble.
Oh, you've got a picture. So does Dugas. And saving the game is impossible. As you approach the barbarian leader, you can't help but overhear part of his conversation with a woman you recognize from the feast before. Her face remains hidden, and she sounds extremely worried.
This whole land is nothing but trouble. You want me to risk my life and the lives of my people to do your dirty work? Go ahead, ask Armagh to give the order. Oh, but Armagh stayed back in Numeria, which means I am the one making the decisions here.
But what about my sisters? Something terrible could happen to them.
You sisters insisted on this expedition, so it's your price to pay. With your blood, not ours. Something terrible could happen, you say? It is too late for that. We already lost good men on this pointless journey to nowhere. Whatever Armagh needs, it's not here, and it wasn't here from the start. But you didn't come here for him, did you? You came for your own reasons. You want some magic toy that once belonged to the ancient Cyclops. Well, I'm not leading my men to their deaths for that.
To Goth.
This conversation is over. You want help? Why not ask our guests to help you? If you can afford their rates, that is. As for me, my single remaining goal is to get my people home alive, and well, and as soon as possible.
The woman leaves, sobbing. Dugoth turns to you. Good morning. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? Introductions aren't necessary, Baroness. I know who you are. Let's discuss how we can be useful to one another. Right. Do you know anything about what happened to Varnhold?
Varnold, huh? Isn't that the village Megor Varn got from the Ristovik Sword Lords? I know Varn. He's not the best fighter, but not the worst. As for what happened there, I wouldn't know.
Who is that woman?
Wish I knew who these witches are and where they came from. Our chieftain, the great Armagh, spirits bless him, trusts them as if they were holy oracles. He sent us with them to these dead hills, and none but the sisters and the chieftain himself know why. Who am I to confront the chieftain? So now we wander these lands, chasing the unknown.
What are you looking for here?
I wish I knew. The sisters are looking for something, but they won't tell anyone what it is. I guess it's some antique that used to belong to the Cyclops. Some magic trinket or something. As for me, the only thing I'm looking for is a good reason to quit this nonsense and return to Numeria as soon as possible.
There's a whole army of you here. How did you manage to get so far?
None of your business, actually. But just to reassure you, we weren't sneaking into your lands without permission. I'll answer. It was magic. The sisters opened some strange tunnel, and we used it to get here from Numeria. Gorham witnessed my words. I'm no coward, but I'd rather march for a month through all the river kingdoms than use that damned tunnel again. It was strange, wrong, just like those witches themselves.
How did it go? Did you find anything of interest?
If we did, do you think we'd still be here now? The only thing to be found in these hills is one's own death. A group of my men entered a cave that turned out to be a Spriggan den. They barely survived the encounter. Also, we found the ruins of some old tower, ancient as the world itself, and useless as this expedition. There is nothing to be found here, except, like I said, for one's own death.
Tell me where that friggin' Spriggan den is. So how can we be useful to each other?
I'm afraid we can't. At least not yet. I'd be happy to take a new job, but our chieftain's orders were strict. Search the location and come back with a report. But if you could help us here, say, by finding whatever these witch sisters are looking for, or maybe just making them disappear forever. Mark my word, Baroness, the Tiger Lords never forget those who helped them.
Let me ask a question.
Ask away, why not? I don't promise I'll answer, though.
Tell me about your tribe.
There are many tribes in Nomeria. Each does its best to survive. The Black Horses sell adamantine. The Blood Pikes rob caravans, and their white scars lick the boots of the Technic League. As for us, the Tiger Lords, we are mercenaries, and the best ones in this part of Avestan. Remember this, Baroness. If you keep your throne long enough, we'll meet again. Sooner or later, fighting side by side, or otherwise. Who knows?
I noticed he didn't mention Amiri's tribe. Tell me about your chieftain.
He's a strong fighter, brave one. He says he's Armagh, an incarnation of a hero from the old times. Just don't ask if I believe it. Armagh is smart. He knows how to do business. If he'd only pay less attention to what those witches whisper, he'd be a perfect chieftain.
Tell me about Numeria.
Eons ago, stars rained down on Numeria. Pieces of metal, both dead and living ones, fell from the sky. Since then, metal monsters roam those lands, and the grounds hold a wealth of adamantine, among other valuable things. Weaklings don't survive there. As for us, Numerian Kelids, we grew up on that land. We drank its poisoned waters and breathed its toxic air. Metals from the depths infused our bones and muscles. No one can beat us. If there were anyone capable of bringing us down, it would be ourselves.
What do you know about Cyclopses?
Not that much. Long ago, these lands were part of their empire. They were a great people back then, used unbelievable magic, and possessed treasures beyond count. Ages passed, and their empire crumbled into dust. Cyclops became wild and forgot all about what they once used to be. But the ruins... Yes, the ruins remember everything.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm Dugath, son of Gordir and Harith Three Fingers from the Tiger Lord's tribe. My entire life, I've served Gorham, first on the battlefield, sword in my hand, and later with prayer as well. I've fought in battles all across the River Kingdoms, in Yoberia, Guld, Ustalev. My price is high, my hand is steady, and my sword is deadly.
Tell me about Gorham.
Our Lord in Iron doesn't like empty talk. He's the god of those who act instead of chatter. His palm blesses every sword ever crafted, and wherever at least two men meet in battle, he is there with them. Even orcs worship the god of battle, and not only that, they imagine he's an orc too. It's all nonsense, of course, but there may be a grain of truth to it. For anyone can aspire to be like him. A human, an orc, and even an elf. Anyone who grips his iron to make his enemy bleed.
Thank you for your answers.
You're welcome.
Well, I have to go. The Lost Relic. You got these barbarians over here. I can save it now. Whoa. It's under the Varn Hole Vanishing. The Lost Relic. Find the relic that the defaced sisters are looking for. Looks like a mysterious relic emerged somewhere to the east of our lands. I have no clue what it is and what its purpose, but I know for certain we need to acquire it. At least this way our enemies won't use it against us. If those troublesome sisters won't tell us what they're looking for in the Cyclops' ruins, we'll just have to find it ourselves. We know where the other priestesses went, and we only have to follow them. We do?
You, our guest. The Baroness, am I right? I'm sorry you witnessed that unpleasant scene. If I may ask, what is your name?
A slim figure stands eerily still, wrapped in a cloak and hiding her face in her hands. If you hadn't seen her moving before, you could easily mistake her for a statue. However, as you approach, she lowers her hands from her face, and golden green eyes peer at you through the holes in the cloth, covering her face. My name is Alana. What's yours? After you give your name, a large raven who'd been sitting on the fence nearby takes wing and flies away, cawing coarsely.
Nice to meet you, Baroness. I have no name. I've rejected it to serve benevolent powers. Not the greatest sacrifice of those we're sometimes called to make. You may call me Defaced Sister.
I miss that raven. Who are you?
I am one of those who call themselves the Defaced Sisters. We've rejected our names and our faces in service to benevolent spirits. I'm sorry that I cannot reveal our true destiny to you yet, but believe me when I say our mission is extremely important. Not just for us, not just for the tribe, but for the entire world.
Well, what were you and Dugoth arguing about?
My sisters. They each went out on their own quests and never returned. Not one of the three. I can understand Dugoth. He doesn't trust us. But by refusing to help my sisters and me, he puts himself, his people, countless innocent souls in grave danger. If only I could soften his impertinent heart.
Do you have any idea where your sisters might be?
Do you have a map? I can provide you some direction. One of my sisters went to the sepulchre of forgotten heroes. Another went looking for the Forsaken Mound. And the third was going to visit the ruins of the City of the Hollow Eyes. I won't lie, these places are all very dangerous. But searching for lost truth always involves danger.
What are you looking for here?
It is not yet time to answer this question. We are searching for ancient ruins, the remains of structures built by the previous holders of these strange lands. That is all I can tell you, for now. I understand that you want to know more, but have no doubt, you will in time.
Do you know anything about what happened in Varnhold?
Dark things tend to happen in that land. I can only guess to the fate of Varnhold. My 3 sisters know more. Help me find them, and you'll get your answers. If the spirits are kind, it will happen before it's too late.
You speak in riddles.
Don't be wary of riddles. Those wise enough to solve them eventually learn much more than those who always seek straight answers.
Tell me about Numeria.
These are enigmatic lands. Stars rain from the sky. Soil bleeds fire and gives birth to metal instead of grass. These are lands of mysteries and nightmares. But they're destined to become the salvation of us all, for that is where great Armag lived, died, and rose again, and he will bring redemption for us all.
Tell me about Armag.
He's a man of great destiny. The gods themselves tried to lay him low, but he came back, defied death itself, as was foretold, for that was his fate. He's destined to save many, many lives, but at a terrible cost to himself. I would never wish a fate like that on you, Baroness. I would never wish a fate like that on anyone.
You have a whole army here. How did you manage to get this far?
Wise ones know many routes that are closed to the uninitiated. Will you be able to detect them? Will you dare to walk along them? Who knows?
All right, I have to go.
If in your travels you meet my sisters, please help them, and I will help you in return. Remember this word, Gehel. That is what the previous inhabitants of these lands, the Cyclopses, called darkness they so worshipped. If a door shut and lockless bars your path, this word might be your key. May kind spirits guide you in your travels.
Yours. A long, cold trail. Find the missing defaced sisters. Another entry into the Varnhold Vanishing section. Yep, I got it. It's hard searching for missing people in these inhospitable lands. You're just as likely to end up lost yourself. You should ask for help, but from whom? We met a strange woman at the barbarian camp. Something of a mix between a priestess, a witch, and a sorceress. Or maybe she's simply an imposter. Whatever she is, she says her 3 sisters went out to search for who knows what and never returned. She hinted vaguely that if we were able to find them, that if we were able to find them, she'd aid us in our search. It's a faint trail, but it's better than nothing. Right? I wish I had noticed that stupid raven earlier. Gold, some beetle and amber. These guys gonna get mad if I take their stuff? Nope. So, Baroness, huh? We've seen stronger. Just look at this place. Well, at least we don't have to deal with metal monsters like in Numeria. Does anybody know how to get to the friggin' cave that you mentioned? I don't know if I need to go there or not, but
I'll go ahead.
Doug the Merchant. An elderly barbarian waves his hand, inviting you to come closer. Welcome, honored guest. Would you like to buy or sell anything? Who are you? Name's Doug. Was a heck of a fighter when I was younger, but truth, Those years pass before you know it. The health, too. The barbarian raises his hand, and you can see he only has 2 fingers left. So now my job is equipment and provisions, along with a bit of trading from time to time. Show me your wares. Ooh. Ooh. Bastard sword +3. Furious Bardache. What does Furious do? If Furious weapon serves as a... Oh, it's the Rage. Adamantine breastplate. Giant strength +6. Potion of cure light wounds. I'll buy those too. Scorching ray, camping supplies, smoked trout, and hydra pate. Buy all your food stuffs, mastodon meat. Man, I would love to have this sword. This belt. Alright. Thanks. Just, yeah. There was some loot over there. And there's Nober. Hunting sparse around here. We're running low on meat again. There's some meat right here. What's this? Oh, ancient scrap. Getting more of those.
The path is clear. What's that?
Ancient Rosslandic coin. We'll see what's over here. Not much. So Spriggans were in a cave, they said. Is there anything on here that says it's a cave? This? An old cave that has been partly destroyed and can barely be seen through the heavy vegetation. Well, we will adventure on in the next episode. So, I hope this one was shorter. Alright, thanks for watching.